Rachel Podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day. Okay. Another fantastic day for raising cheddar for the Great Food Giveaway. My God, you all are awesome. Yesterday, $400 more thrown onto the pile. I had four $50 donations, and then a $200 donation that came flying in. That means that we have raised $2,242.52 of the $4,685.60 needed for 100 Christmas dinners for those underserved. I think you say the term is underserved now instead of underprivileged, right? It's always changing. It's always different. Like, I don't know. Back in the day, we used to call them poor. And they was like, oh, my God, you can't call people poor. You can't call them that. You have to call them something like underserved. Who gives a shit? They're still hungry, asshole. The $4,685.60 is for the food. Anything more than that, it's the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Pardon me. Because these things are ridiculously a commodity for ladies in the community who have to choose between like food and sanitary napkins. If I'm a woman, I'd rather not eat. Holy cow. Another good term, the less fortunate. I think that one might be my favorite. The less fortunate, underprivileged, underserved. I think you can use all of them. How to get the money to me. First of all, let me just say, if you must use PayPal. My account has become a business account, so they immediately take fees out of it. So, like Sir Bob, his $150 was reduced to like, I don't know, 145. So it's a big pain in the ass. And then if you were to send a large amount, like north of $600, they like hold it and immediately take 24% out or some shit. So that means your money is not going to go as far. Keep it to Venmo and Cash App if you can. For those of you in the live stream, this is how you do it. I'll actually post it there in the chat for you. For the rest of you who get the show via recorded audio podcast, the details are in the notes. So thank you ahead of time. Like, seriously, you got different packs of audience that consume the show. You've got the Patreon audience. You've got the Twitch, Facebook, X, YouTube group, which isn't sizable, but I'm telling you, the 3-4 dozen people that we have on the free podcast live stream every day is more than enough to bang this money out. And the quicker we get this done, the quicker we can start making other plans for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Logistic plans. We got to get the cash. We got to raise the cash. Got to buy the goods. I mean, we're just buying the stuff at Meijer is how we're doing this. We're passing the hat around. I'm just the point man, okay? It's you that drives this, so thank you very much for that. After yesterday's $400 that came in, we now need $2,443.08 of the $46.85.60. So we're nearly halfway there. Okay? Maureen says, yeah, you got to make, once this gets done, we make plans for the party afterwards. Which I think the spot has been that Dungeon Mexican restaurant. It's like underground. It's like a bomb shelter. And thank God, because the last time we were there was the summertime for the car show. And this ridiculous storm blew through. So we were in the place that everybody needed to be. The basement of a restaurant/bar. Hurricane Ashley was there. And this was right after she, at Irvine's Auto Repair Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, grabbed a dog and washed it in the sink of Irvine's. Maureen says, what about Bosco's? Well, it's kind of like way the fuck far away from Irvine's. So, I don't know. That's like too far of a drive. I mean, at least that's how I feel, unless someone else has different plans. I'll let you guys kick that one around. We can always decide day of. So thank you. Now, if you do throw cash into the pile for the Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons, I am just going to, by default, not mention you by name. That's just the way people operate. Unless if you say, no, I really want you to mention my name. I want you to tell everybody that I gave a ton of cash. Hey, that's fine. So this is cool. Back at it. Again, Kuipers says, as long as they have beer. Thank you for helping everybody out in this endeavor. We're off to a fantastic start, and I'm excited about this. Now, at the end of, by the way, I did reach out to Fox 17 because Mike Ball said we got to get on TV days before this so we can spread the word for people. Honestly, the biggest challenge we have here is not raising the money. It's getting the word out that we're there, giving away free food. We can Facebook it all we can, but it seems like on the day of, it's like a trickle. But we do give it all away. We wait out there as long as we can. Last year, we had churches coming up, and they said, hey, how about 25 hams? It was like that. So I did reach out to Fox 17, and I got my fingers crossed that a few days beforehand, they'll be talking about it in some way, and we can help promote it so that more people can know about Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons. Today is a Big Fraud Thursday. Now, what that means basically is that in the evening, it's podcast time on Patreon. 2 shows. You've got Who Are These Free Beers, followed by the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. The Who Are These Free Beers show is a review show. Now, review shows, it's exactly what it is. It's like the first review show was, what's the guy's name? Tosh.0. Except this is reviewing just one particular podcast. It's ripping a page out of Who Are These Podcasts, all the way down to naming the show, Who Are These Free Beers? The good news is, I told Carl I'm stealing it. So Who Are These Free Beers will take place. We are reviewing the game show Brawl, which was honestly one of the dumbest discussions I've ever heard. Greg got so damn fussy on this. And all 3 of the other show members were like, no, you didn't do this. You did that. Stubborn, thin skin, awkward, completely unprofessional. That was probably the biggest thing. We always had rules on that show. It's like, don't get angry. Do not get angry. It's got to be silly. The second you get angry, it gets in that awkward realm. There's a fine line. Fun ball busting is so much more enjoyable with jokes. Everybody got it except poor Freebeer. He was extremely butthurt as they're arguing over whether, when playing a board game, he slides his token from space to space or he counts out the spaces. What? What a fucking thing to fight about. It was so dumb. So dumb. So I posted, hey, this is the clip or a preview or something like that. I said something on Facebook. And, man, some of these people get so butthurt. One guy says to me, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And I said, Well, because it's fun to mock them. That's why. I mean, just call it what it is. It's fun and very rewarding to mock them. It's a shitty show that needs to be mocked. That's what I haven't changed. I did this when I was with them. We'd mock Bob and Tom mercilessly. Or Huge. We mocked everybody. So that's not off-brand for me to be making fun of someone. That's why you're all here in the first place, is for me to say something insulting about whatever it is that I'm talking about, myself included. Aram says, be better, Zane, because that's what somebody said. It's like, don't give me the be better or the do better. I am. I'm doing great. This is the Lord's work here. Are you kidding me? I have to. I have to do this. The one guy, Evan Wheeler, he was saying, I don't listen to both shows. I don't even listen to your shows. And I'm like, well, okay, great. So I don't know why the fuck he's beating me up about it. And he goes, they don't do that to you? It's like, well, I thought you said you didn't listen to them. Who gives a shit? I don't give a shit if they don't do that to me. I'm not doing this because they do or don't do this to me. I'm doing it because it sucks dick and it's fun to mock. And it is. It's a fucking riot. This guy, Evan, he was all over it. He spent like 2 hours talking about this. He said, I feel it's beneath you. It's like, are you fucking nuts? You realize my motto is, if someone goes low, I'm going to go lower. They go low, I go lower. And, they haven't given me the time of day in forever, but who cares? This is content. Content is king, baby. So I have always loved the idea of this show, and I'm excited about this episode. Ben and I will start sometime in the 6 o'clock hour, probably about 6:15 is when we'll get started. And then we'll get going with the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast after. Now, Who Are These Freebirds is live. You can watch it live on Patreon for free. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon. A 7-day free trial. You have to check this out. Patrick says, the people that don't understand the humor must like Dishwasher Talk, Boring Steve, and the 13 Days of Halloween. Exactly. Oh, my God. What an absolute shit show. And I'm here for it all. I had to review yesterday's show because I'm like, okay, I've got about 10 clips, but I need more. So I was reviewing, and I don't have anything very particular that I think I can get into, but I had to slog my way through a lot of that show yesterday. Ugh. Chris says, I much preferred Big Fraud Wednesday as opposed to Big Fraud Thursday. Thursday's is bowling night. Change everything for me. Thank you. Well, I guess it just depends. I'm so damn busy. Yesterday was hockey night in Grand Rapids. So that took up all my time. I have a different scenario this year because of my ridiculously large prostate. I have to go to the bathroom right after every period. Right after. Before I would sit in there and I wouldn't go to the bathroom. Now, the horn goes off at the end of the first period. The players are lined up walking off the bench. I'm right behind them, walking behind the last guy in line. They're like slapping 5 to the fans. I'm with them, slapping 5 to the fans. I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. I got to go pee. And that was the case again. And the thing is, I don't know where it comes from because I will stop drinking hours before the game, and somehow my body is just pulling it out of me somehow. They win 4-0. Chris says, do you have to shuffle across the ice every potty break? Only if the ice is resurfaced. I'm so quickly out there that off the ice and back on that the ice hasn't been resurfaced. So I'm not having a chance to bust my ass. All right. So tonight, Big Fraud Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Sign up for free on Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. So a lot going on here today. I'm going to bring in Joe Spalding in just a minute. Some of you are familiar with Joe. This was brought on because of it was another huge embarrassment at the Ottawa County Commission public comment just the other day. It was Tuesday. God damn, was that awkward. Now, this is supposed to be, please, would you please resurface 5th Street? That's the type of things that are supposed to be said at public comment. But this whole nonsense has been different because of the religious zealots that are now running the county that I live in. I don't want to go and unpack all of that again. But yesterday I played audio for you of 3 individuals, citizens. Now, one of the commissioners, Lucy Ebel, they're trying to recall her. The people that put that recall together are Larry Jackson with help from the aforementioned Joe Spalding. They got all the signatures they needed by about 100. And then the clerk of Ottawa County checks the name and address of every single person, every single signature to verify that it is legit. They threw some out. They did all the math, and the people that are doing their diligence. You say doing their diligence or doing their due diligence? I don't know. They did a good job. Thus, the recall vote will happen in May on this Lucy Ebel lady. Out of the blue, a woman steps up to the mic. You know, like when you have a kid, there's 2 grandmothers, one for the through the mom's side and one through the dad's side. 2 grandpas, 2 grandmas. Well, this grandma steps up and says, I am the other grandma to the grandchild that Lucy Ebel and I share. My name is on that petition, and I didn't sign it. And now Lucy and her and my son all hate me, and I'm not allowed to see my granddaughter anymore, and please help me. This is bad. I never signed anything. So right away, that's sad. She doesn't care about the recall effort. She just wants to see her granddaughter. Poor lady. And then some fucking fat, ugly Karen comes up and says, well, if her name, this is proof that all these names are illegal. That's where she's getting ready to go. And then this clerk chimes in and says, yeah, there's 2 people with the same name, you dumb fucks. This is all a waste of time. And then the husband of Lucy Ebel, the grandfather of the baby, he comes in and tries to smooth it all over. It was fucking embarrassing. It was so awkward. I tried to get Mighty Joe Young on yesterday. Failed. He said he was in a rare meeting, which is weird because, you know, he's kind of a fucking hippie. What does a hippie do who spends all of his time at county commission meetings? Oh, I'm going to be so pissed off if this doesn't work out. I told him I was calling. Oh, my God.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
You've got to be kidding me. You dumbass. I'm getting requests for the stupid fucking hippie song. Damn it. Well, what did they say about best laid plans? I'll come back to Joe. Hold on a second. Call me. Well, anyway, I will get that to that later on. No big deal. I've got other things I can talk about. So many other things that I can talk about. Elon Musk. He's been in some hot water because I think he posted something on X that was anti-Semitic or viewed to be anti-Semitic. I don't want to ever be in whether something is or is not anti-Semitic. I don't want to be like, boy, does he hate Jews or not? Now, I would say that right now, well, really any time, but especially right now, you don't want to be making like anti-Semitic cracks or something that could be even thought of as an anti-Semitic crack. You know, I mean, make fun of the Irish. You know, I mean, that's still above board. You can talk about the drunk Irish people. You don't want to throw any stereotypes or say anything sideways about other groups of people. Don't ask me why. It's just the way it is. I don't try to figure it out. I just try to So after this, all sorts of giant companies started to pull their advertising. Now, that can be messy. Now, Musk even said that if more people were to pull their advertising, it would pretty much destroy the platform. It's already on thin ice. Ever since he took it over, it's been like everything's all fucked up over there. You know? How would you like to be the person who's in charge of the Comcast/Disney account? Because they yanked it, and that means that I don't know if advertising on X is the same as like advertising on radio, but on radio you've got a person who's selling the advertising on the radio station, so they get like a percentage of the sale, and that's how they make their living. Some of those salespeople are like 100% commission too. So if all the money that Disney spends on X, if a percentage of that keeps a person paid, can you imagine how pissed off they are when the boss, Elon Musk, does something and then all the major advertisers pull out? Jesus. I might be able to advertise the Eric Zane Show podcast or Great Food Giveaway number 4 with tampons for next to nothing because of how they might be a little bit more hard up. They may actually have a rate slash. But it's true about that when it comes to radio. There was always, someone comes in and says, hey, will you do a commercial for so-and-so? Yeah. And then they get like a cut of it. And then you get like a talent fee for like endorsing their product. There was one asshole by the name of, what was he? He was, I think he was a fucking real estate guy or something like that. His last name is Yoder. It's that, I think it's, I don't know if it's real estate or mortgage or some shit. Some dude with the last name of Yoder here in West Michigan bought a bunch of advertising for his business on the show. And, we would do these stupid commercials where we say, yeah, call this guy. He's going to get you a mortgage or whatever the fuck it is. And Greg started the ad with, here to talk about our friend so-and-so. It wasn't Howie Boovie. Howie's my pal. And it was Yoder. I remember Yoder. I don't remember his first name. He was here to talk about our friend Yoder. And, in the ad, I always was trying to be a smart ass because that's kind of my brand. I go, well, he's a nice guy, but I don't know if he's like our friend. I mean, you can't really throw the term friend around. Friend is something I think is overused. I mean, if it's me, I'm sure he's great with mortgages and we love him, but he's still not like friendly. We're not friendly with each other. We are not friends. Like, my friend is Jimmy, but not the guy. So I'm doing this dumb bit, and it was dumb. Wasn't that great, but it wasn't the end of the world. Well, that motherfucker got so pissed off and pulled his fucking advertising. And I'm like, well, fuck you. Go fuck yourself. And that's what Elon Musk is doing today. He was being interviewed by the New York Times. And, he literally is doing that today. This is what Elon Musk said. This is fantastic.
Apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
First of all, before I get to the big meat of what he's about to say, isn't he weird how he has to turn his head to answer this guy? He looks out to the crowd when he makes his answer instead of talking to this reporter. He's such an odd duck.
There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
he's so weird.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
Oh.
I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
This guy's a robot. This guy is fucked up. He looks like shit, too.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about apology tour?
Oh, my God. Now, I don't know if that's going to do anything, but yeah, that's going to hurt. Tyler says he also has fuck you money and is not shy about it. Well, maybe so. But there's a lot of people that work at X who don't have fuck you money. Tyler says he has to be the strangest human being to ever exist. And I've talked about this before. Money turns you retarded. That actually happens. You actually have physical deformities. You behave weird. Your relationships are all fucked up. Everything's weird. Take a look at what's the guy from Amazon? Bezos. His face is actually falling apart. His eye it's got that weird eye now. That's because he's got some weird brain disease from too much money that's eating away at his eye. Elon Musk, you can see firsthand how fucked up that guy is. And I've said it before, there's only one reasonably normal person with money that exists on the planet, and that is Warren Buffett. And he's going to be dead before you know it. God damn. So strange. Well, anyway, that's what he says. Incredible. What a clip. That is absolutely great. All right. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to the folks who are watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube. If you want the full show uninterrupted each morning, head over to Twitch, download the Twitch app, and search Eric Zane Live. And while you're at it, follow the page and subscribe if you can, or just go online if you have a desktop open or whatever, if you're at your desk at work, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Audio podcast is available right after I finish this one. And you can get it wherever you download shows. So it might be Apple Podcasts or whatever. That's the one I prefer. And then you can subscribe to me, to the audio podcast. Listen wherever you like, whenever you like. Give me a review on Apple Podcasts as well. I like to read those, even the ones that suck, because they annoy the shit out of me. And it keeps me, like, grounded, you know? Anytime I start to think that I'm so great, you read some shitty reviews of somebody who says you suck tons of dick. My God, it's quite a balance to be sure. And, of course, a Patreon available for free, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Again, today is Who Are These Free Beers? And then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. On Ben and Eric, we're going to go ahead and review some of the intros of his radio show. Okay, he is on a radio show, and he talks on it every day for about 30 seconds. Of a 4-hour show, he talks for about 30 seconds. I think it's a 4-hour show, maybe a 3-hour show. I think it's a 3-hour show. We're going to do a review of Ben. Let the awkward flow. That is all at patreon.com/Eric Zane. You ever want to say hello? Drop me a note on email. I know that's old school, but easily done. Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Thank you to Shoreliners Striping. So everybody, Facebook, X, YouTube, thank you so much.